say ladies and gentlemen in gender neutral terms.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo.
What shot? And then here's Tyrese after the block. What block? What am I looking at? Show me. There's no, in case you just joined us, here's how the Sixers
in
game
case you
ended.
just joined us, we are ranting about the Sixers.
I didn't see what actually happened in full time an hour after I got home. Hey,
keep talking. Just keep talking through it. I have
keep
to
talking.
just
Keep talking.
people. Sorry.
We're talking about the end of a
Sorry.
Sixers game, a basketball game involving the Philadelphia 76ers and the Golden State Warriors, who, before they were Golden State Warriors, were the Philadelphia Warriors. So take that. It was Philly versus Philly. It was black on black crime. Yeah. And that's what we had last night. But I know you think, yeah, we were talking, we're talking about basketball on a wrestling podcast broke out. Who are we, Dan?
Well, we are HIAC Talk Radio. And to be fair,
you talking about the Knicks? No.
Well, hold on. To be fair, since Derek has joined the basically full time, I have changed the description on the bio to wrestling and sports. So it covers our grounds. What a game it was, what an ending. Yeah, well, what about the Knicks? How'd that go?
Giannis to the Knicks. You guys excited?
When it actually happens, sure.
All right.
If it actually happens.
What?
They claim it's just a matter of time, I guess.
Giannis Antetokounmpo to the New York Knickerbockers. Yeah.
Well, that's it then.
I feel bad for these small market teams because these guys was I want to play in a big market. When you can become a superstar in a big market, in a little market, you don't have. LeBron James played in Cleveland. Everybody you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to play. The MVP in the NBA Finals MVP plays in Oklahoma City. You don't have to have a big market.
Yeah.
Listen. I'll say this right now. If that happens, and you're saying it's basically all but official. If that happens, they're probably going to win the final.
If that happens, they better win the final.
Yeah, well,
if the Knicks win the NBA championship, I will go on a 2-week bender like the world has never seen before.
But you know what?
It can only be topped by the Mets winning the World Series. That's the only thing that can top that.
Go ahead, Craig. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Derek, and I'm just saying what Nick. Just get to the Eastern Conference Finals. We'll worry about the championship later. It's like I say to Cowboys fans, just get to the conference championship. Don't worry about Super Bowl.
Well, first of all, the Cowboys are not going to the championship. I don't know what to tell you.
Since you guys are Phillies fans, that Kyle Schwarber guy, they're saying the Mets are in on him. Is he a swing or miss guy? Is that just hit or miss?
Craig, you first.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
He is a hit or miss guy. When he hits well. When he doesn't, he doesn't. I mean, he's a 40 home run guy that will strike out 185 to 200 times. He doesn't hit singles. He doesn't hit extra base hits. He hits a home run or he doesn't. He should walk more than he should. He is a quality player with tons of postseason experience. He's the reason why the Cubs won their only World Series in 108 years.
I remember that.
And the guy plays really well, except for the last 2 years. in the postseason. Yes, he's a hit or miss guy because that's what he does, Derek. He either hits or he misses. There is no in between.
Please, Adam Dunn. I don't like that.
Yeah, or Dave Kingman if you're an old-time Mets fan.
My turn.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead, Dan.
My turn.
Colorful language coming.
No. I love Kyle. I love the guy. I have nothing mean to say about him, but everybody was commenting, even I was. And I want to clarify, in the DMs with the three of us, I was hot about that Orion Kirkland play.
Yeah, I remember. Yes,
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
You are taught. That's what one of the first things you're taught in fielding, other than after fielding the ball, run first.
Yes, always.
Yeah, and go to first. That's little league stuff.
Yes,
but I was mad at him that night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still fucking mad at Castellanos, at Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, because literally, and if you guys want, tell me I'm wrong, and I will accept it because I'm not always right. I have this reputation like I'm always right. That is not true. It's on record on this fucking show when I'm corrected. When I had an idea about how something worked and Damian and Foxy straightened it up because they're fucking wrestlers, I was like, oh, okay. My bad. Sorry. From that Arizona series to this year, it has been the same goddamn play, the same strategy, swing for your life. And it's not working because the friggin' Diamondbacks said it. They literally said it that series before the series was over. We're just going to pitch out to them. We know what they're doing. They're not changing. We're just going to pitch around them. And they got pitched around.
It's just like that's how the Yankees lose in the playoffs every year. You pitch around Aaron Judge, and you let everybody else swing and miss.
And it happened again. And then it happened against the Mets. They dried up, showed up like a little penis in the fucking cold. And then they did it last year again.
Yep.
The same fucking thing. But I like Kyle Schwarber, but he's one of them. And I'm all for keeping these guys. But if you're not good, how does Kevin Long, our hitting coach, still have a job?
Well, he was here with the Yankees, and the Yankees do the same thing. So it's like wherever he goes, and you would think teams would learn that for all the home run big hitters that the Dodgers have, they won that World Series playing small ball.
Yes.
Like that's how they won.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm going to need Kyle Schwarber to hit it into the center field and get a single or a double every now and then. I'm going to need Bryce Harper to stop hitting for the moon. I'm going to need Castellanos. I don't think he's coming back. I'm going to need Nick to learn how to play ball again. Sorry.
I'm going to need.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah. I'm going to need Trey Turner to lead off into bunt.
Oh, don't even get me started. Trey.
There's nothing wrong with bunting. But yeah, Kevin Long is the Doc Rivers of baseball.
Yes, that's a great analogy. Yes.
That's a really good analogy.
Yeah, everywhere he goes, he keeps getting a job, but like everyone noticed that everywhere he goes, like the quality of play goes down.
Guys, it's like hockey. Why do these old white dudes keep getting coaching jobs?
Yeah,
you lost the job to begin with. Why are you still getting the job?
Yeah, well, that's all sports. The NFL used to do like that.
John Tortorella, off the coaching bench, is a different guy. I'm not 100% behind him, but with things he said and the way he acts and what he does around the local communities, John Tortorella is a good guy. On the bench, fucking asshole.
Yes, I remember when he said with the Rangers. Yes, I remember the report.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. And then he went back, and that worked out. Why does he? I used to, and I love Darren, fourth line voice, when I used to do a hockey podcast. We never got in an argument. We just talked it out because two adults, imagine that. Even though we both got fired up, it was like, love you, buddy. Love you too. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to send you some Canadian chips. Okay, cool. Like, we can still do like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Let's, whatever. Anyway, people are stupid. We would talk all the time about, he's like, well, he's John Tortorella's a decorated. I'm like, brother, it's been the same shit for the last 3 times he was on a team. Well, he won a Stanley Cup. How many years ago?
Yeah.
It's 20.
Yeah. It's like, I remember in the mid 2000s when Joe Gibbs came back to coach the Washington Redskins.
Yeah.
And I was like a toddler when this guy won his Super Bowl. Why are they bringing him back? And then you had to bring in the Rooney Rule for them to get in minority coaches because they were just recycling the same old white coaches all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, go ahead, Craig.
I was going to say, akin to that, Derek, was when Bill Parcells went to the Cowboys. It's like, and that's going to do what? It's like, well, Bill, give it a job. It's like, I was, again, this is in the 2000s. That happened in the 90s.
Yeah.
Game keeps changing. And the teams that Washington and the Cowboys had in the 90s were two of the best teams of the decade. You don't have that now, and getting a Hall of Fame coach isn't going to change, what you have on your personnel.
Yep. It's Vegas. The Raiders are a mess this year, and Pete Carroll is the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at his coaching stats. Like I said, first, lost in the semifinals. First, won the Stanley Cup. Second, fourth, third, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Eighth, seventh, sixth. I just call him. I can see him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what it occurred to me, Derek? You'll appreciate this. Craig already knows because, well, he's 50. Kidding. I subtracted that on purpose because he could fucking pass for it. What am I talking about? You pass for younger than me. Don't kid yourself. I was scrolling Facebook yesterday, and I saw the Ghostbusters news page. Shout out to Jason. Ghostbusters news page posted on this date 28 years ago, the Extreme Ghostbusters episode. Yes, Derek, exactly was the look on my face. What? 28? 28. And it is. It's 28. The exact same look on my face. And Kelly was standing there watching me react in real time going, oh, I was dead. Shit. What the So it was the 28th anniversary of the reunion episode where the real Ghostbusters appeared on a two-parter. And I was going to be excited about it, but then I saw the 28. I was like, shit. Wow. So then cut to now, we're talking about Tortorella, and it's like, it's 21 years ago. That's it.
Yeah.
When Elaine Vigneault got hired by the Flyers, I like him, but I was like, why? But like a fart in the wind, it ended the exact same way I thought. Kevin Long, these big men who, again, that's my team. I'm mad, but it's my team. I'm still less mad at Kirkeren. Like, way less mad. I'm already over that.
I remember that night you were.
I was hot. I was fucking hot.
I was like, Dad, he's a kid. No, he's not a kid. They teach him.
He's not a fucking kid. He's a goddamn professional. Throw it to first. And I was so angry, I could not monosyllabically explain that I am also mad at he wouldn't have had to worry about it if our guys that were getting paid what they were getting paid were hitting up to what their fucking paycheck was.
Yeah.
It would have been 9-2. Or 9-7. But it would have been close, is my point. And he wouldn't have had to worry about the throw. It was stupid to shove the kid in that position anyway.
I was talking to my cousin who's younger than me, and we were watching, and I remember we were talking about baseball, and I was like, what happened to the day when the leadoff man just got on base, stole second, and then they hit him off the third and he scored? When did leadoff hitters start hitting home runs or trying to hit home runs every inning? And they're looking at me like, you're such an old man, Derek. I'm like, yeah, but that's baseball.
That's baseball.
That's how Ricky Henderson made it to the Hall of Fame. Hit a single, still second, still third, come home.
I will always refer to the movie Moneyball, not just because it was a true story, but because it actually works. Oakland A's got rid of their three biggest hitters, RBI producers and all that, and because they were making way too much money, and they got guys from AAA, AA. So why is this guy here? Because he gets on base. Yeah, but we lost Jason Giambi. Yeah, but this guy gets on base. They won 20 games in a row.
Yeah.
Do I care how they get on base? No, he does not.
No, he does not. No. Do I care if it's a walk or a single? Do I care? Pete?
No, he does not.
No, he does not.
You do not.
Yeah. Just get on base. It's not that hard.
Exactly. So when I see our team swinging for the fences, or I don't see bunts, or I don't see any stolen bases, or I don't see moving runners over, two out hits are a gem, and I know, but they're also rare. But when they do happen, if you got guys in scoring position, that's how we. And I'll go back, Dan, to the San Francisco Giants series back when we were good, because I tell everyone, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about the Phillies, and we can actually start talking about wrestling.
I actually have one more thing before you go, but go ahead.
Here's my one thing. I tell folks who don't remember, the Philadelphia Phillies won 5 straight division titles. From 2007 to 2011. Mm-hmm. Do you know why they didn't go to 5 straight championships? Because we had the best pitching staff on earth, with Cliff Lee and Roy Halladay and Cole Hamilton and whoever else. We won 5 straight division titles with the best pitching staff on earth. You know why we didn't go to 5 straight World Series? Because we didn't fucking hit. Because San Francisco Giants, that on paper we should have blown those assholes out. They moved runners along. They got 2 out hits. Meanwhile, we had all of these 300 hitters and guys that went on to be heroes on other teams. Shane Victorino, Hunter Pence, Ryan Howard, when he was still good, couldn't hit for shit.
Yeah.
That's why I always argue with anyone who says, "Oh, you need good pitching." No, you need good hitting. Pitching doesn't score your runs.
We had good pitching. Literally.
We had great pitching. Roy Halladay's last playoff game of his career, he lost 1-0. He gave up a run in the first inning, then pitched shutout balls for 9 straight. We had a lineup full of future Hall of Famers: Jimmy Rollins, Ryan Howard, Chase Utley, Hunter Pence, like I said, Shane Victorino, another World Series hero from Boston for the Red Sox a couple years later. All those guys in a lineup, and we couldn't manufacture one fucking run. And Roy Halladay, peak Roy Halladay is pitching for us.
Look, we had Jacob deGrom, and he won a Cy Young going 9-8, and there'd be games where he wins 1-0, and the one run is a single R&B RBI. He hit because we couldn't hit anything. It's frustrating.
Yes, it's incredibly frustrating.
Okay, real quick, before we move on to the great wrestling, because I have a few things I want to say this week, not just you guys. Ozzie Smith, greatest shortstop ever played baseball? Wow, I didn't expect an from you. Interesting.
You know why? We're just spreading in the PED guys, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Alex Rodriguez is out of there.
I can't think. Greatest defensive shortstop, maybe. But if I'm thinking like overall, I'm looking at Derek Jeter.
Cal Ripken.
I'm looking at
Okay, yeah, defensively, you're right. To be fair, you're right, defensively.
Before we went to third, A-Rod was the great shortstop of all time because he was good infield and at the plate. I'm looking at both. As far as defense, yes, probably Ozzie Smith the greatest defensive shortstop. But if I needed a game-winning hit, I'm not looking for Ozzie.
I meant on the defense end. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, defense end. Yeah, sure, Ozzie Smith.
The MLB Vault channel posted they post highlight stuff down, which I love. And one of them was just Ozzie Smith in the at the field in field, and I was like, yeah. I remember Ozzie.
I was gonna say that he was playing on AstroTurf, which is incredible. And Larry Bowa won 5 Gold Gloves, with the Phillies. He was a great defensive shortstop. But I got to remind people, he also had the greatest third baseman of all time going to his left. So, any ball that Bowa didn't get, Schmidt got. And I'm not taking any defensive prowess away from Larry Bowa. And I'm just saying he had a lot of help.
And I want to add on to that because this also, I was talking to Kelly about other defensive positions, and I was like, we had the greatest third baseman in history on the Phillies. She's like, who? I was like, Mike Schmidt. She's like, was he good defense? Because she doesn't deny his greatness. Yeah. She's like, she wasn't watching the Phillies.
Yeah.
Was he that good defenseman? Oh God, the man was a total goddamn package.
They only give 1 Gold Glove to every person in position, and Mike Schmidt won 13 of them.
Yeah. Schmitty, that's right. That's right. Well,
Like in New York, we had a guy named Ray Ordonez who played shortstop.
Yeah.
Amazing defensively.
Yes. Mhm.
Couldn't hit the ball out of the infield though, so it never really mattered.
Yeah, that's the thing with great fielders. You get one or the other. It's rare when you get. That's why Schmidt and Alex Rodriguez were rare when you get both of them. Also during that time with there was the three great shortstops, especially in the American League. You had Alex Rodriguez, Derek Jeter, and Nomar. Garcia Parra, Nomar.
no
But,
man.
but again, great in the field and great at the plate. But yeah.
All right. I actually forgot to ask you about that last week. So when it broke out into MLB, and I was like, oh, I'm going to throw in the Ozzie Smith question. Yeah. All right. So let's get the big one out of the way that just kind of started developing in the last 24 hours.
Mhm.
It's all but official.
Mhm.
Netflix has bought Warner Brothers Pictures, Warner Brothers Discovery, is $72 billion. Remember all those times the last couple of years? I can't believe it's years. I've been saying that, wrestling on those networks in history repeating itself.
Mhm. And isn't it funny that this news happens when they changed the rating system and now they're getting 500K a week? So now like the ratings look even worse now. Like it's the eerie similarities between AEW and WCW is it's almost like they're a spiritual successor to WCW. It's creepy how much they have in common.
It is wild. And but I would say the quality of WCW program was infinitely better than what AEW is putting out now.
Yeah.
Because at least WCW had stars back then, even if they were not, but the stars WCW had towards the end would go on to be bigger stars, once they made the move to WWE, when Ray put his mask back on, and guys like even guys like DDP and Goldberg found their way over. AEW, I don't know how this merger helps them at all, or their future going forward. I mean, I know we'll talk about it in a second, but the fact that TNA just signed a TV deal, I think that puts infinitely more pressure on AEW.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Two things I was gonna say. Sorry, I'm trying to produce and keep notes for later. Will, I will get to that in a second. Yes, nobody here will debate that. Actually, I'll say it now. Yeah, well, Vince Russo was a cancer for WCW and WWE.
Yes.
Yeah. Will, if you go to our YouTube page, which is it's HIAC Talk Radio _2. I just posted a short last week about one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever heard about Vince Russo. And thank God it didn't go through. It was also timely for now. And it's like, and there's two commenters, and I'm being nice to commenters because I don't want to drive people away. But so if I don't agree, I'm going to be as sarcastic as hell, not be like, fuck you, idiot. He was like, you got to admit it was still good. I'm like, no.
Don't
really.
gotta admit that.
I'm not laughing. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But I hate doing this, Craig. You're right most of the time, but like I've gone back and seen some of the late 2000, 2001 shit. WCW, rather watch AEW over that.
Okay.
I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just
No. It was hard. Both products are hard to watch, and during the latter days of WCW, I stopped watching. In fact, the last match I probably did see was the last, only because it was the last Nitro ever. And they put the belt on Booker, and Sting and Flair had their goodbye.
That was terrible. Okay. This everybody knows I'm a Sting mark, like one of the biggest Sting marks. That match is horrible.
It was tough to watch.
I did not like that match. Flair, we're not commenting on Flair the person, the wrestler. Flair was in bad shape. He was wearing a shirt. Sting was wearing a shirt because he thought he was in bad shape because he wasn't jacked. I wish I had that body against me too. No, so, and that would have been fine. But like, and I'm not blaming Rick for this or Sting. Their heart was not in it. Neither one of them wanted to be there. It was like, get this over with. Put the bullet in us. I want to go home.
Well, especially when you see the Ric Flair from 5 years after that as part of Evolution and having great matches against the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
You knew that wasn't, that wasn't. I thought, okay, well that's Ric Flair's not only the last Nitro match, his last match ever, because he obviously doesn't want it anymore, doesn't have it anymore. I thought he had saved his money, but I said he could just ride off into the sunset. Of course, we all know how wrong that was. But coming to the WWE, he got a new lease on life. You could see a rejuvenated Ric Flair, and going guys, and he was in his late 50s then, and still going and wrestling a full schedule. I mean, he was on Monday night every night and putting Orton and Batista over. So that was a clear indicator that he didn't want anymore.
We would say that he was okay with his money, but I see him on 58 commercials every Flyers and Sixers game I watch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's everywhere. If the sports team calls him, he's there.
Mm-hmm. So I guess the question really is, are we in danger? Are we in danger of losing him again? Losing another company again is what I'm trying to say. And I'm going to throw this out here. I don't think it's good if they go away. I want them to figure it out, Tony, because both products we could debate are kind of meh right now. And when one doesn't become meh, the other one will not become meh. And if you take that away, you have MLW, who nobody gives a shit about. Not me personally. Every time I see Matt Riddle, I turn it off. But
yeah.
So you got MLW that not a lot of people are talking about. You got Ring of Honor that's on sometimes. It's probably great wrestling content, but they kind of treat it like a second thought. Put it on TV. You got TNA, who works with WWE. And it's not going away, you friggin' idiots. The deal, the partnership, they're going to be on AMC. That's nuts to me.
Yeah.
And who else is there? That's it.
NWA.
Oh, NWA. Well, that's on the Roku channel. Oh no. I would like to see them get to where TNA is. Baby steps. But I think TNT, TBS is in danger. Again, who's somebody's commenting on keep talking.
I would say you think they're gonna look at, okay, well, let's look at what's drawing us revenue and what's not. Look at, what is this AEW? What is that? And this is what people and these are the numbers every week. And I'm looking at your numbers from 5 years ago, and I'm looking at it now, and why is it still on the air?
Yeah, why do we have this? Yeah.
All right, so I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, especially since I think the acquisition was for the movies. Like I saw the first report was they're gonna start having Batman and everything rides at Universal Studios. So that lets you know they were trying to get the movie deal. But yeah, if you're looking where you want to cut costs, they're gonna look at AEW and they're gonna go, huh, is it even worth it? Right. And the problem with AEW is if HBO Max goes bye-bye, where are you streaming your pay-per-view? Because pay-per-view, as we know it, is dead.
Yeah.
So where are you going to stream your pay-per-views? We see what their ratings are on regular terrestrial television. Where are you going to stream your show? So they could be in trouble. And it sucks because if they had to go out into the market now and go, hey, who wants to buy, give us a TV deal? I don't know if there's a lot of places who would want them.
Yeah. Wrestling doesn't carry any cachet the way it used to. And all the guys the guys that the networks would know are either dead or retired.
Mm-hmm. It's funny you just said that because this never happened, so I wasn't keeping track. But we got a couple of guys in the YouTube channel commenting, and Xavier Slater just said wrestling really isn't a draw at all.
Nope.
He's right.
No.
He's right.
No.
We are years away from that bubble that happened, the second golden age. Like years.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's ever going to change again. You would think.
Yeah, but and the
With
thing
Netflix
is,
stepping in, that might increase, but it hasn't yet. I know it just started. Hold that thought, Craig. I'm going to let you go next. Chris Gallegos is completely against AEW. I can't read all that, but basically they suck. It's not that it's bad. It's a lot. Xavier said, no, they don't.
okay.
I don't necessarily disagree. Sanoff said AEW can't compete against WWE. I mean, technically that's not wrong because they haven't yet.
No. And it's their own fault. It's their own fault.
And I want them to.
Okay.
I want them to badly. Sanoff says, damn, I didn't think of Netflix owning WWE and AEW. At least I can finally watch Sting's last match and finally catch an AEW live. Well, that was my other side of it.
Mm-hmm.
It might not affect them at all. They might. And have every resource. I mean, really, they have every resource and dollar to keep both companies separate. I mean, on separate entities without acknowledging, without breaking a contract, without, you know, screwing up what the Netflix deal is there and what the HBO Max is there. I mean, unless they're overhauling all the apps, which is, I don't think so. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. There could be nothing that changes. Yeah. And I'd be okay with that. But if what I'm trying to say is if there's not going to be a change and they're going to keep both, like there's not going to be a problem. I really want somebody on Netflix, on the board, as evil as I think all this is. Let me get that out there. These mega corporations eat the rich. Said it, mean it. That's Misty said it on Twitch. Well, she said read to itch. But yes, not a fan of it either. AEW doesn't deserve no respect. I disagree. It's not the wrestlers' fault. Wrestlers' fault.
Yeah.
Tony Khan doesn't deserve any of my respect. He sucks as a booker. I need Netflix to step in and go, if you want to stay here, get the numbers up.
Yeah.
Figure it out, Tony.
Yeah. I watch the show and I try not to hate watch, but every week there's like something where I just scratch my head and I go, why? Like I was watching the show the other day. Can somebody explain to me why Claudio was facing John Moxley in a throwaway match and they're in the same faction? Wouldn't that like be the blow off to when you kick one of them out?
Well, because it's another tournament.
Yeah.
Because Tony Khan the only thing Tony Khan loves more than belts is tournaments. So this is tournament bracket A and bracket B, and so everyone has to fight each other. And that was one of them. And the match was Moxley versus Claudio, but it's to move ahead in a tournament for yet another I don't know what. But when I saw the brackets, when I saw the matchups, the one thing that gave me hope, Derek, was that the Hurt Syndicate wasn't in it. Sheldon or Bobby weren't in it. It's like, thank God. If they want to kill off the Death Riders, if they want to put Moxley and Claudio against each other, great. But I completely agree. Why isn't that a pay-per-view match? Why are you giving that match away for free? And it's not even your main event. Or was it your main event? I don't know. But why give it away? Go ahead, Dan.
Well, that thought, when I do this, guys, you could continue right after I'm done, but I just don't want the viewers to wait long for me to acknowledge that they've texted something. Mr. Will Game says, Brian Pillman screaming Booker Man at Tony Khan just popped in my head.
Yeah.
I respect you, Booker Man.
Booker Man.
Yeah, they have. I just Sarah Stock, who I forget who she wrestled as in TNA, but she was just there like 6 months ago. She was working there for like 3-4 years as a trainer, and she went on this long rant about how things are ran backstage. And she said it's chaos. The production team, they don't know what's happening because Tony won't tell them anything. She said all the big stars like Christian and Edge and MJF and Moxley, they're all coming in his office saying they need more time than everybody else and this stuff. It seems like it's a circus backstage. And when you turn on the television show, you can see that it must run like a circus.
Yeah, well, it bears. Yeah.
And you need a boss. Somebody needs to be a boss. And like you said, if I was Netflix and I wanted to keep them or I wanted to stream them, I would go, okay, somebody has to be in charge.
Yes.
You have to find somebody.
Well, that's what makes every successful wrestling promotion works. Even the ones that didn't work, one person was in charge. You look at your old ECW or your Smoky Mountain or your Continental Federation, the wrestling federations that failed after, WCW and WWE put everyone else out of business, but they still had one person in charge. And you can see that in the matches that they have. Well, every match is 20 minutes. Every match goes through 2 commercial breaks. There's no such thing as editing. There's no such. Everyone's got to get their shit in. That's why everybody kicks out of everything. That's why nobody sells anything. That's why these killer moves that could be an angle that you could set it up for something else later on. Oh no, it's just gonna. I pile drive this guy off the apron through the table. Okay, well, count him out and then set that up. Have the guy come back next week in a neck brace, and then you can get about 2-3 weeks out. Nope, he's back up because we got to go to the finish, and we got to do this, and we got to do that, and we got to kick out a couple more times, and then we'll go to the finish. Somebody in charge will put the, would put the kibosh on that shit. It's like, no, you got 8 minutes. I was watching the Dudley Boys were doing something. They were on Maven's podcast. And he said the only time that Bubba ever got sideways with somebody, he came back, I think one of their first matches, okay? And he goes, you got 6 minutes. And Bubba says, no, we need 8. You have 6 minutes. And Bubba said, we need 8. And but whether he never said whether he got 6 or 8, but that was somebody in charge said, and it wasn't Vince, it was whoever was running the show back then, who you listened to, you have 6 minutes. That's it.
Yeah. It's like people say Rusev, when he was in AEW, he refused to lose the Hangman and he only lost 2 times. And in WWE, he's losing all these matches. Why is he losing these matches? Because somebody backstage said,
yes,
you're going to lose the Dom. And he said, okay, because that's the boss. There's no, when the boss gives you any place in life, any job that you have, if your boss tells you something and that's final, you either do it or you quit.
Yeah, and now because there is no other avenue for you to go after if WWE wants it, then you do what you're told. One last little aside about Rusev. Now that they're back together again, they need to bring Lana back.
ASAP.
Now that they call off their divorce, Lana needs to come back.
They called it off?
Yeah.
Damn it. You mean there's not a chance? I'm kidding. No chance. No. Apparently, Chris is saying, and I was reading on the internet in the chat that it wasn't not that it almost happened, but there was discussions apparently between Tony and AMC to get Ring of Honor on there.
Okay.
I want Ring of Honor on TV. God damn it!
And if you're AMC and you go, hey, we have ROH or we have
No. I agree with the decision. I was just saying that's there you go, Tony. If there has been Mr. Khan,
there you go,
if you will,
mm-hmm.
I can't imagine you getting any more signs that perhaps we need to light a fire in your ass. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, Come on. You signed every star you could think of that wanted to leave WWE.
Mm-hmm.
You've done the Kenny Omega versus Okada thing a million times. MJF could be a star, but you've mishandled him, and when you're not mishandling him, he's out for months shooting a movie. And like I said on here before, I know what you're doing, MJF. You're filming these movies till that contract is up. I'm not. You're not.
He's not slick. He's not even trying to hide it.
No, but Yeah, you got to put somebody in charge who knows what they're doing. Jake Roberts is back there. Just hey Jake, sit down with me. Let's go over the show. And if I made some mistakes, tell me where I'm making a mistake. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and they've had wrestling minds there from day one, D, and they didn't use any of them. Not Arn, not Tully, Mark Henry, Big Show. You had the head of talent relations for the largest wrestling company on planet Earth in Jim Ross with more than 50 years of experience. You didn't ask him one question about, hey, Jim, what do you think with this guy here? What do you how should I? Yeah, and
Yeah.
your stars that you do have. MJF is shooting a movie when he wants, and you pay people to stay home. And you saw what Darby's hurt. Did you see his picture from the hospital bed?
Oh,
Is that a work or a shoot?
Either way, the way Darby wrestles, if you want to call it that,
I
he's actively trying to kill himself in every match anyway. It's only a matter of time for actually he succeeds and puts himself in the hospital, which is what he did. But my point is, one of the few guys that you have that's legitimately over that can give you some type of mainstream attention or something that the fans are into, and he's on the shelf. He's on the shelf now. They have no stars. The stars they do have aren't there, or they pay them to not be there. And you push the wrong guys that could have been stars years ago. Mark Briscoe, Hobbs, you could have met Kyle Fletcher, guys that you could make, your number one guys. Instead, you push the wrong ones. And the stars you did have are currently the number one stars on your competition. Cody, Punk, Jade Cargill, Ricky. You had all these guys.
Ethan Page, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Chris said, Tony Khan doesn't understand business, but plays with himself. Darby Allin dies like a fool. I mean, I don't disagree. I still don't get why Sting passed the torch to him. And I'll never understand it. I know he's got fans, but not a lot.
And
Plus, he's a nonce anyway.
They want Darby to be Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy wasn't jumping off ladders every week.
No.
It was only
every other week.
Every other week. But it was only like for big shows. He wasn't doing it and he wasn't jumping through glass from ladders onto the floor.
Jeff Hardy understood. You know when Jeff Hardy jumped off ladders? You know when Jeff Hardy went through and did daredevil shit on pay-per-views, in championship matches, in stadiums, in front of tens of thousands of people. That's when Jeff Hardy did crazy shit. Jeff Hardy didn't do it Monday Night Raw every week. Didn't climb up on ladders every week. Didn't go through tables every week. Jeff Hardy became Jeff Hardy because of his charisma and his natural talent, and the fans connected to that. That's what made him world champion. He didn't win the world championship from jumping off a ladder or going through a table.
Yeah, it's like I remember being a kid and Vader would do a moonsault, but it was almost only once in the blue moon. So when he did it, it was like, oh my God, he did it. He wasn't doing a moonsault every Saturday night at 6:05 on TBS.
Quick story: when Chris Jericho and Lance Storm were the Thrill Seekers in Smoky Mountain, and Chris Jericho in his younger days could do a move where kind of like with how Bret Hart would do the take the turnbuckle in the chest.
Yeah,
Chris
great.
Jericho did a move where he got thrown into the corner and he sailed over the top turnbuckle and would hit his head on the post and fall out of the ring. And they did that doing a TV taping, and Cornette said, "You save that shit for when we got a crowd. Okay, don't do that shit now. Save it for when we have a crowd, or save it for when we're on TV."
Yeah.
And that's when you do stuff like that. You do it every week, and with an AEW shows, every single match and every telecast, there's a no holds barred match, or there's a tables match, or there's So what am I going to pay for if they have they had a cage match on free TV and a cage match on pay-per-view? So why the fuck would I care? It's the same thing. Yeah. Why would I pay for something I can see for free? That's how I missed Joe becoming AEW champion. It was another cage match. You just had a cage match. I thought it was the same one.
Sting was the hottest name in the market. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine
Mhm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
And he had bad booking.
Yes.
That's one of the things I was going to say earlier when we were briefly mentioning the end of Nitro. It was like, that guy didn't want to be there. And he's put over some bad stuff.
Mhm.
Some really bad stuff. Convincingly. And he
Yep.
was like, I'm out.
Did-
Smoky Mountain
did-
had pure old school wrestling. Yeah. And New
yeah,
Jack.
yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
One less. Two less. Two.
We got the word about.
All right.
Did you guys watch the Survivor Series? Were you able to?
Well, I was about to transition to that. You're great minds, Craig.
I'm
I
telepathetic.
did. I went back to watch because I heard Liv Morgan came back.
Yep.
And yeah, the show was okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
It was like a Saturday night main event almost.
What'd you say, Derek? I didn't hear you.
It was like a Saturday night main event. It was just,
Yeah.
just matches.
I will say the fellas war games was better this year than the females war the ladies war games, where the last couple of years the ladies were taking the show, in my opinion. But
Mhm.
I'm still not a fan of having two War Games matches on the same night because you saw a War Games match. It's like having dinner after dinner.
what are you trying to
I
say?
mean, I'm trying to say you're putting a hat on a hat.
We did that one already.
Both or have it on two nights. I know that might be asking a lot, but I just you have it takes up half your roster. You have 8 or 10 of your top wrestlers in this, and the fellas war games. I think they've never been that many. All of your top heels and baby faces are in the match at the same time. I think we all thought Braun Breaker was gonna be in traction after that bump, but then I started thinking, Derek and Dan, his father took those same bumps all the time. You ever see Rick Steiner take a clothesline? He always landed on the back of his head, and I thought he was dead. And he'd do that when the Road Warriors clotheslined him, or even when remember when Chris Champion gave him the Karate Kid kick, and then Rick, killed him on a shoot. But even that, when he took the kick, he landed on the back of his head. So it must be a Steiner thing, a genetic code freak that you can land on the back of your head. I thought at least he was going to be concussed, but yeah, he was fine. Like his uncle, he's a genetic freak.
Well, I mean, we could argue that he's not fine. We can argue Rick is definitely not fine.
No, he's not.
He was barking. He was barking 40 years ago. So,
But the thing I also enjoy Dom and how they keep finding new ways for him to cheat.
Yeah,
Like it's always something new in his matches, and he needs everybody to help him. So I enjoy that too.
yeah. That's why I kind of poo-pooed Cena winning the belt on him. I thought you need to keep the belt on Dom for at least a year, even have him break Gunther's record just because, and find him a way for him to weasel out of every single match with a win somehow, even though he's overmatched, even though he can't beat the guy on his own, and just keep it up. It did throw things off though, because I thought Cena would keep it and drop the Intercontinental Championship to Gunther. I can't see Cena. Not that I can't see it, but it will be odd to see Cena put 2 people over in his last 2 matches. First Dominic, and then I think it's going to be Gunther, but they got to do something with LA Knight. But back to the Survivor Series, the guys, Dominic's match was great. The reception for Liv was amazing. Where do you keep heel Dom? Because he's not as well. As long as he doesn't wrestle in San Diego, he's gonna get booed. But go to the West Coast, he got more cheers than Cena. Well, put it the way, Cena wasn't booed out of the building, which is what they thought would happen, and it wasn't going to happen. Go ahead, Jake.
Oh, go ahead. You want to go first?
I was gonna say I would whoever you have, whether it's Ricky Starks, Trick Williams, Oba, whoever you're gonna call up and you want to be a star, I would have that person be the one to take the belt off for Dominic. Because whatever person takes that belt off for him, you probably have a star in the making right there. So I would use Dom, and then around this time next year, there's no reason why Dom. I'm not saying he should be world champion, but he should be mixing it up more with some of these top guys at least a year from now. I think he's earned it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And especially being that young. Yeah.
Yeah.
Token white guy wants to like to talk, please. I friggin' love the Liv Morgan stuff. That match. I did. Well, I didn't expect it. I didn't know what I thought was going to happen in this match, but I didn't expect it to go down like that, I guess.
No.
And I think she pulled the face off wonderfully. And it was classic. Like you talked about it last week, heel shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the best part of the story is you're just waiting because you know the story ends with her turning on Dom. So now you're just waiting to see how it happens.
Yeah.
And that brought me to my final point about that match, not the show, this match. I find it interesting. You know, Craig's been watching wrestling for 100 years.
Yes.
I've been watching wrestling for 75 years. Derek, you've been watching wrestling for 70 years. How old are you?
I'm 39.
Okay, yeah. So 75 the joke lands. It sticks. So all these guys that we've seen come down the pike that were legends, and they just refused to do a job on the way out.
Yeah.
And here comes John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
And does a job.
The biggest, yeah.
Drops the title in front of a lot of people.
Yeah.
Dom's hometown. Yeah. Dom's hometown. He just puts him over. Goes to Dick Kick City. Just did it all. And I'm just thinking, we got Stone Cold, did the job for Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Brett probably would have done the job if he had a chance.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle, of all people, did the job for Baron Corbin.
Yeah, Kurt did the job on the way out. Did Sting do it? No, Sting did. Did he do a job?
No, they won.
They won a tag team championship.
No, when he was full time though.
I don't think so.
I'm fairly certain he lost his last match. It was probably Jeff Jarrett or Kurt Angle in TNA. I don't remember. Mm-hmm. All these guys that wouldn't, and everybody talks about wrestling tradition and wrestling like the old days, and in the last 30, 40 years, 5 dudes that I can count that should have gone out like the way they talked up about tradition went out that way. And I just think it's important and rare enough to point out that Cena did it.
Yeah. Well,
he's stuck to his word. In fact, I found out today he wanted to work more dates, and they were like, "We only got 36 for you."
Yeah, he wanted to do 100 or 200. So go ahead, Derek.
I was gonna say you could add Batista to that because he lost his last match and didn't even say it was his last match after he had lost.
That's true. He should bye.
Well, it's a time-honored tradition, and it goes back to the territory days. If you were leaving or if you got booked someone else, you know, you did the job on your way out, or especially if you were if you had a title, you'd leave you drop the title on your way to your next territory or to your next gig. It was a great story when the Road Warriors finally signed the deal with WWF. They were in a feud with the Midnight Express, and they had a show in Memphis. And Road Warriors scheduled to go over because Midnight Express had never beaten the Road Warriors. And Hawk just said, "This is your hometown. We're leaving. You guys go over."
Yeah.
And and that was they didn't tell. I don't think Dusty was booking that. I forget who was booking it, but they didn't tell the booker. It might have been the pizza guy. But they put the Midnight Express over in Memphis again. He said, "I'm leaving." Savage did that when he wrestled for Jim in Smoky Mountain. He said, "This is your top guy. I'm not going to be your top guy." That kills all of his heat. I think it was Bruiser Bedlam, and Savage put him over. And Randy Savage and had to put shit over, and he did. So it's an unwritten, time-honored tradition in wrestling that on your way out, you put the new guy over, or the next big thing over. You make a star out of someone, which is what I thought Cena did for Austin Theory all those years ago, and Austin Theory beat him in a WrestleMania match. Which brings us to the Masked Man. Derek McDonald, of all people, is the first one that pointed out that that's Austin Theory, and I responded, "It better be."
Yeah, it has to. The person is that big and that agile to jump into the cage, and it makes the most sense.
Yes.
For it to be him, but I hope it's him, because he's just been sitting home doing nothing. And I know a lot of times they say you put somebody with Paul Heyman and it works miracles, but it's worked miracles for Braun and Bronson, and I believe it do the same thing for Austin Theory.
Paul Heyman's eye for talent is unmatched and unparalleled, and because a guy like Austin Theory, who has everything, he looks good, he can talk, he can work, he's got a physique, he's got a gimmick, he's got heat, he's got heel heat. Paul Heyman can work with that. That's, to me, that's his Rick Rude, or his young, stunning Steve Austin, a guy that you stick with him, and they can make each other. Heyman has already been there, done that. Right now, he's about the future. Like he said, in quote, getting rid of Seth, the future is Braun Breaker. Bronson Reed could be your Crusher Blackwell. He could be your King Kong Bundy. He could be the guy that you have to beat to get to the guy, and keep him in the mix, in the main event mix, because if you beat Bronson Reed, you're a made guy. It's the old Vern Gagne, grade 8 theory. Bronson Reed can be, Braun Breaker's in your top 4, Bronson Reed's in your next 4. You beat Bronson Reed to get to Bronson, to get to Braun Breaker. And Austin Theory can definitely help with that. It's interesting they didn't mention it, well, they kind of glanced over it, but they still haven't given us an identity or an inkling. Maybe tonight on SmackDown.
Yeah. And the best thing is, when Heyman eventually turns on Braun Breaker, you can have Bronson be the monster who kicks Braun out of the group, and there you go. And Austin Theory could be the next guy up, now that Braun will go on to be a top babyface. I hope it works out that way. Like we said before, WWE has a problem that AEW doesn't have, where they have a lot of top stars, and it's a lot of young guys here who are waiting to go. I mean, Montez Ford hasn't been on TV in 2 months? He's another guy. Throw him on television.
Oh, yeah.
Let him do what he wants to do. So there's people waiting.
I want it to be him.
Yeah, well, if it's not Austin, I'm perfectly fine with it being Montez.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And speaking of a younger Montez, or Montez Ford, did you see the match that Javon Evans had? You see those dives on either side of the ring? What are they going to do with that guy when he goes to the main roster? Because you cannot keep him on NXT for that much longer.
Put him over everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won't, but that's what he should do.
Yeah. And he's and he happened they didn't force feed him to people in NXT. It grew and it grew and it grew and it grew. And like you said, he's almost at the point now where he's bigger than NXT. And I think they said he's only been on WWE television for 18, 19 months. And look and he's 20? I don't even know if he's 21 yet.
Yeah.
And he's another one where he can do all the crazy flips, but he doesn't do them every time he's on television. He just jumps high.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we've already it's kind of, they're going towards this. This year's WrestleMania in 4 months is going to be Punk versus Breaker and Cody versus Roman 3. Obviously things could change between now and then, but is that where you guys see it? Is that what should be Mania at this point?
Before Seth got hurt, I wanted it to be Seth or Sammy for the title. But and I wanted Sammy to win the Rumble in Saudi. I thought it'd be real cool to watch him win in front of his people. But now Steph's hurt, and it throws everything off.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to do Roman and Cody again. They're two big stars. You can put them with two other people and build somebody up, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm definitely, especially after that promo he cut on Monday, I think Bronson Punk is definitely the way to go.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, I was watching highlights of the Javon Evans match while I was putting clips up on the.
Yeah. Is
Javon
so
smooth?
I know. Is Javon Evans, Trick, Ricky, or Oba in WrestleMania this year, or all four?
Like Oba has to. Like,
Oba has to.
He has to. I feel like Ricky has to too, right? He's another one. He's like a bright beacon down there. Him and Jordan Grace is another one. Like they have to take advantage of the man.
But dude, if they don't goddamn move her, son of a bitch, what?
I thought she should have skipped NXT. I after that Rumble, I would have put her right on the main roster with those other women. That's what I thought they should have done.
I'm on board. I'm biased. I don't see if anybody had any doubts about bringing in TNA talent, and that was kind of like dipping the toes in the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that reaction, she would have never touched NXT. Maybe a match just to say, hey, but like the next week you're on Raw, you're on SmackDown, you're going over.
Mm-hmm.
You're duh. That's just me. And I'd hire her boyfriend and her husband and then put him over. God damn it.
I would have did to her what they did to AJ. AJ debuted at the Rumble. He feuded with Jericho. He went straight into a feud with Cena and straight into a feud with Roman. I would have did the same thing with Jordan. She would have been rubbing elbows with Becky, Charlotte, Bianca. I would have had her in the ring with all those women. That's her first year.
Yeah, the problem that they have is there's so many stars and future stars. I mean, you look at everyone that was in the men's war games.
Mm-hmm.
There's stars upon stars upon stars. You know, no offense, Jimmy Uso, but you have all this main event talent, and you still have LA Knight wasn't in it, Seth wasn't in it. Big stars that Oba that are just waiting in the wings. Oba, Ricky, Trick, Javon. Same thing with the women. You saw Liv Morgan give Stephanie Vaquer a look.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main event right there at a WrestleMania. And you always have Rhea. You always have Io has gotten so much hype now that she's like, and Bianca hasn't even come back yet.
Hey, yeah.
And Naomi.
And Naomi. And your two heavyweight champions, your two women's champions weren't even in the War Games. Tiffany or Stephanie.
Yeah.
So again, that's so much.
And I think Rhea and Bianca could headline any night of WrestleMania. I think they're that good and they're that big of stars. But yeah, they have and when you look at, they misuse Drew so much that I looked at him in the cage and it's almost like I forgot how good he is and how he looks compared to everybody else. And so big and he looks different. And it's like, damn. And they treat him like a regular guy sometimes.
Hey, by the way, final battle 0 hours on tonight.
Is it?
What final battle?
Ring of Honor.
Oh,
their end of year. Their final big show of the year. It's been running for a while.
Okay.
And I didn't know NXT is tomorrow, I believe. I didn't know that either. I forgot.
Wait, say that again?
The deadline is it's either tomorrow or Sunday, but it's this weekend.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Shit.
Okay.
Well, this brings me to my final point. Since we're talking about the ladies, this might get confrontational, or probably not. We usually just agree to disagree, you bastards. So, Mr. I don't clean my office, Mr. I don't have the connections I used to, and people still listen to me for some goddamn reason. Dave Meltzer. I was really mean, but fuck him, I don't care. Said that with Stephanie Vaquer going over, that takes away from Nikki's legendary legend status. Now I go one way with it. Craig goes another way with it. Craig, do you want to reveal that, or just leave that alone?
I said it when you first showed me the quote. The word Nikki Bella and legend don't belong in the same sentence together, not even on the same plane of existence. We were just talking about putting somebody over, putting younger. It helps no one, absolutely no one, to put any type of belt on Nikki Bella. The fact that either one of them even had a belt when they were quote unquote wrestling in the WWE is a travesty in itself. The fact that they're in any sort of Hall of Fame is an even bigger travesty. So I don't know what Dave hopes to gain by saying that
she's not going to sleep with you, dude.
No, neither of them. But
Nobody.
To downplay Stephanie Vaquer, who's had the most incredible year that any woman has ever had in wrestling history. She's won every single championship in what, 2 companies, 3 companies in 1 year?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Nikki Bella?
Now,
go ahead.
I don't technically disagree with anything you said. I'm just trying to have a throw the other perspective in. I don't care about the Bella twin. Don't give a shit. There are mostly female wrestling fans and female wrestlers that got into the business because of them.
Yeah.
And in that way, not talking about talent or ability, just with getting eyes on them. It's not like I wanted to be the greatest wrestler in the world because of the run Nikki had, or what the hell is her sister's name?
Brie.
Jesus Christ.
Brie.
Brie. It's just not my, and if we're talking about it from a male standpoint, not my type anyway. But there is a group of people that got into wrestling because they saw her shake her ass and wrestle in the ring. Does that make her a legend? Sort of. Does it make her a Hall of Famer? No, I don't think so either. But I do see what, from my observation over the years and seeing people that have mentioned it, I did not want to take that away from her. However, even if she was considered a legend by all of us and in wrestling in general, there's still no fucking reason, Dave, that she should go over on Stephanie. That's the dumbest thing you've said this year, and you said dumb things. Dave, what the fuck are you doing still writing? You fucking idiot. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard you say. But like I said, I've seen your office, and that's pretty dumb. Fucking shit. What? I wouldn't be so angry if he didn't say other things that negate the fact that he said this in the first place about certain people going over and how shit is booked. What sense does it make to have Nikki, who is considered a retired legend in this conversation, have a belt over Stephanie? How are we pronouncing her last name? I always do it wrong.
Vaquer.
Vaquer. How does that help Stephanie, who just had literally, as Craig just said, arguably, if not definitely, the best year female wrestlers ever had in the WWE? Oh, here, Nikki. Here's the belt. What the fuck are you talking about? God damn it. I wanted you to take that ride with me. I've been waiting for days to yell about this because nobody reads the Twitter account and barely anybody listens. I know that, but it still felt good to get it out because we were having that conversation and that happened, and I read that he said that, and you were saying, and I don't care, Craig, your valid opinion. I'm not even mad at. It's not about that. It's just that even if she was Trish Stratus, why would Trish Stratus go over?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dave.
God damn it, Dave! Shut the fuck up.
And I was gonna say, even if she won, he'd be like, "Why would you put Nikki over Stephanie?"
Yeah,
Stephanie
he'd be the first one.
Yeah,
God damn it!
He'd be the first one to say
Fucking
that. So for him,
prick.
I think there are people who think he's on the take for AEW, and sometimes he says things that makes it hard to beat those.
He makes it right. He makes it hard to argue. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that be like, "Come on, why would you? What are you doing?"
I am incensed by that doesn't make any sense, Dave. Not even Tony Khan would book that.
No
way.
What the fuck?
And
driving me crazy for days.
Yeah, and Dave is on the take to AEW. I don't know if you heard the press conference that Tony Khan was having. It was a couple of months ago.
Is he really?
But he left his phone on, and you know when your phone is on and it says, the voice activist says who's calling, and it came on, and it said, Dave Meltzer, and he turned it off real quick. So that explains all the 5-star matches that fucking Daniel Garcia has against Wheeler Yuta and that kind of stuff. Ricky Steamboat never got a 5-star match, but Kenny Omega gets 7 in 1 year.
As Kurt Angle, I think I saw an interview where they said Kurt Angle doesn't have any either.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Dave Meltzer breaks down ramifications of Netflix WB. Oh, I can't wait to read this bullshit. Listen, Dave, Sean Ross Sapp, whether you like him or not, is running circles around you, dude. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Number one. Number two, can you use that money if you're going to pay him? Have him try booking for a month, or just give that money to another booker. You fucking motherfucker.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Give it to Jake.
I can't give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm getting much longer. I'm going to die soon. It's been 28 years since Extreme Ghostbusters came out. I'm almost dead.
Time is ticking too fast.
Son of a bitch. Move your ass. Fuck. That's it. I've been waiting for days to unleash. And I know I was kind of bearing the lead. Like, was he going to yell at me? No, not you guys. Like I said, we can debate the legendary thing until we're both blue in the face. I can make points, and Craig can make points that'll smack that point down. Whatever. However, in both hypotheticals, that is the stupidest thing you've ever said.
No.
Other than your 5-star match ratings, you dumb motherfucker. How do you really feel about Dave? I mean, he'd probably kick my ass. Like,
yeah. Well, what's so tragic about Dave is because he was held in such high regard by so many people in the industry. I mean, Vince, even going back to Eddie Graham, Dusty, they all, because of Dave's fair and impartial look at wrestling. People would confide in him back when the quote unquote curtain was lifted off and the Wrestling Inquirer just became the industry paper that every wrestler read. When he would talk about angles and we talk about, the reason why people left, he was one of the confidants. He was there at the steroid trial for Vince. He was there in the final days we were just talking about the final days of WCW. Again, wrestlers would come to Dave and talk about it. And Dave wrestled for a little bit. You can see some of his old matches on YouTube. So
no thanks.
Not only does he understand the business, but he was a part of it. He's not an armchair quarterback, quote unquote. So that's what makes it so tragic that he fell so far from grace. And I don't know if Tony is paying him, that's one thing, but how much does your objectivity cost?
Yeah.
I mean, to just say with your own two eyes,
A
this
cleaning
what's
service.
going on in AEW, it's not working. It's clearly not working. You've lost hundreds of thousands of fans, not just the best wrestlers on the planet did you lose, but you're losing the people that first, wanted to see you succeed.
Mm-hmm.
So Dave Meltzer isn't doing himself any favors
He's doing literally no one favors
by currying favors with AEW and for his insane takes like that on Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vacker. Because it just makes he's damaging his own self. He's got a threadbare thin, piece
Like
of
his hair.
of integrity left in the wrestling business, but it's now being praised by Dave Meltzer is now it means
detrimental.
nothing. Yeah, it means
Yeah.
nothing now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so I was reading this while we were talking. I don't know how I paid attention to that whole thing and then read these words. I don't know how I pull it off sometimes, Craig, but yeah, I did. I'm going to read this and somebody make sense of what, maybe as I'm reading it, it'll make sense to all of us. It was officially announced. This is written by Davey Boy, not the good one that died, the one that's alive. It's made myself laugh there. It was officially announced this morning that Netflix and Warner Brothers Discovery have come to an agreement on an acquisition. I'm reading this for a reason because it didn't make sense to me. With the streaming giant set to absorb the Warner Brothers half of the conglomerate. Writing in the Wrestling Observer newsletter before the news was made official, Dave Meltzer noted the likelihood of the Netflix acquisition and discussed some of the situation's details. While it's too soon to know how exactly this will impact AEW, there are a few possibilities. So this is just speculation then. He's just talking out of his head. Meltzer pointed out that the wrestling promotion has previously been considered entertainment rather than sports. Well, welcome to the 21st century. Falling into the Warner Brothers bucket rather than Discovery. Well, that's why Discovery's entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
That's all scripted.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, that's a line. That's a thin line again, like his hair, and soon mine. Since Netflix is not absorbing most of WBD's stupid sports properties and rights, there's a belief that those elements would be spun off onto their own standalone streaming service. If negotiations take place and AEW moves from HBO Max to this new streaming service, it would drastically lower the visibility for AEW. This is where I got lost. Let's catch up together. For now, Netflix is expected to keep HBO Max running as a separate platform. At the very least, this would keep WWE and AEW programming on different services, though both would be owned by Netflix. Thanks, Dave. Media rights agreement AEW signed with WB lasts till the end of 2027. This is complicated by the fact that AEW streams on HBO Max and broadcasts on TNT and TBS, and those brands will soon be split across two separate companies. I don't fucking get that last sentence still. What does that mean?
I'm trying to remember. I think the cable companies, the cable channels like TBS and TNT, I think they're going to become their own thing, but I don't know how without streaming. Like, what are you going to become one channel? So yeah, I'm confused too.
God, if anybody had any integrity and we weren't just funneling money to the Trump family, we could just say, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
And also, I would like food to be affordable for everybody, not just my fat ass.
And everybody, just as a warning, if Netflix decides in 3-4 years, hey, we're going to take all these Warner Brother movies that come out in the movie theaters and we're just going to make them Netflix exclusive movies and take them out of the theaters, that would probably kill the theater industry too. So
it's dead. Oh, it's absolutely dead if that
people
happens.
are going to pay attention to what they're doing with these theatrical releases from Warner Brothers in the next couple of years too.
I do want to preface all of this. Like, I am not supportive or happy or looking forward to any of this, well beyond AEW and WWE being on the same company. I'm not looking forward to... I was so excited what's going to happen to DC. Oh, yeah. Hey, that's great. It's worked so far with Zaslav. It wasn't a huge debacle. Listen, James Gunn's universe took off just fine, but it wasn't a huge clusterfuck. Batgirl.
This is all his fault, by the way.
Yes, it is.
All this is Zaslow's fault.
Fucking asshole.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I'm not looking forward to any of this. There is not a lot of positives that are coming out of this sale. People are trying to be,
all gung ho about it.
gung ho
Yeah,
and
it's
happy,
great.
and I'm just reading it, going, I don't. What planet are you living on? All due respect, I love my friends, but some of you guys that are like, yeah, it's gonna be. What are you talking about? When is this good? When? And a lot of these guys that are older than me have been alive longer. Craig, you've seen corporations merge and become gigantic. How's that working out for us in the world? They're working out great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I lived in a world that had a Blockbuster and a Radio Shack on the same block.
Oh, that's all I did too, but yeah.
But yeah, let's merge. Let's make it. And look at your local malls. No, it doesn't work out for the little guy.
Never.
Mergers don't.
No. Yeah, so this goes well beyond, and we're going to talk about. Actually, it's just myself and Pete this week, so it won't be as much discussion. We might have to reschedule that. But on the Shadowcast, the nerd and toy collecting podcast, it's going to come up again. It's like it's not good. All of a sudden, you think this is going to be benevolent. Why?
Yeah, be careful.
Well, history is proven otherwise. Go ahead, D.
I'm gonna say they were killing movies. They killed the John Cena Wile E. Coyote movie, and another studio had to purchase the rights to the movie just to get the movie to get released. Like you said, they killed Batgirl, and everybody is and apparently it's an amazing movie.
Derek, there is a whole Looney Tunes, not revival, but it felt like animated movie separate from the one you just mentioned.
Yeah.
There was a whole other Looney Tunes movie that came out.
Yes, I was.
And I didn't know about it until the day I saw it, because Kelly was like, there's this movie I really want to watch. It's on okay, let's watch it. It's freaking fantastic.
It's awesome. Man. Yeah, the day the Earth blew up. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. The guy who plays Janos in Ghostbusters 2 is the main villain.
Mm-hmm.
And he does basically a more out of control voice that he did for the Mad Hatter in the Batman series, which I only knew that it was him 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. The timing seemed like old days. The voices sounded good. It was a really good effort. Go ahead.
There was a concerted effort. There was going to be a series of Warner Brothers cartoon live action films that was going to be the franchise, starting with Wile E. Coyote versus Acme, which was going to be the linchpin, kind of like like the way Who Framed Roger Rabbit, or the way that The Incredibles just started off a whole new wave of animated films. But the Wile E. Coyote versus Acme had so many huge stars that Will Forte has been on President's Eve talking about how much time he spent on that film, and he had a personal stake in it too. But it wasn't just him. Not saying he's not a big star, but there were huge stars in this, and they spent a ton of money on it. And it may see the light of day, it may not. But the Warner Brothers had a whole line of franchise, had a line of animated films that was going to be like a Marvel type of franchise going forward, and nothing but Warner Brothers cartoons, starring live action Warner Brothers cartoons and live action folks.
Yeah,
But
they're doing great work. Yeah, I mean, even the Caped Crusader, the Batman cartoon, which is like just like the Batman animated series from the 90s. That was amazing. It was great stuff they were doing, and then all this happened.
The only thing I can think of, and still this is not worth our souls. And if you think I'm being dramatic, I mean, look around. The only thing I can think of is, okay, if this resets the company, then technically Netflix can take Batgirl off the shelf, put it on streaming.
Mm-hmm.
And get it out on video before they cancel fucking physical media.
I said it a year ago that it's going to see the light of day
Just
somewhere.
somehow.
I mean, I mentioned the very first Fantastic Four movie that I used to be able to go at a Comic Cons. I could find it on a VHS in a bin somewhere, or somebody was selling it, and the copy from it had been copied so many times from so many different VCRs that had the lines through it. But now you can see that anytime you want. The very first Fantastic Four film, Roger Corman disaster. So in this
I
day
hear that
of,
name and I shudder. I'm sorry.
in this day of digital age, though, and especially with AI and stuff, the Batgirl movie will see the light of day, sooner rather than later. But
Yeah, before we die. Yeah.
yeah, but that's another cost cutting thing that a huge mistake by Warner Brothers that it killed the franchise.
Fuck David Zaslav
Zaslav.
up his ass sideways with a spiked cleat. Fucking Jesus. Not one decision he made a difference.
No.
It was wasted our time and another year off our life. Another 2-3 years off our lives.
Was he in that position for like a year and a half? Was he even that? He wasn't in that
Like
position
2.
for long. Yeah.
Probably 2.
Yeah.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you.
That's great. Gentlemen, do we have anything else we want to close out with? See, I told you I saved this up. Gentlemen, do we have anything else we want to cover before we leave that anybody forgot?
NXT this weekend, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll be talking about that next week then.
Yeah, look forward to seeing the stars of tomorrow today or this weekend.
Just throw Javon Evans on the main. Javon Evans, Jordan Grace by January. Get him on the main roster. Trick Williams.
Yeah. And Saturday's night main event, which is I believe next weekend. John Cena was
seen his last match.
Cena was on. He was on Jimmy Kimmel, and he said that will be NXT first main roster exhibition matches. So we'll get Javon on that show too, I guess.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's the John Cena promises NXT stars to spotlight in farewell match.
All right.
See, hey,
But the new guy's over.
all those years that everybody bitched about Cena and booed him, and he's literally carrying the business like you wanted people to for the last 40 fucking years. So show the man respect.
Yep.
Definitely.
Turn me around. Now I'm gay. No,
just like that. See?
Just like that.
D, good luck on your newest Nick. Just let me know when you buy the jersey, okay? Because I want to see Antetokounmpo on your back.
You better text us at least second, so I can go. God damn it!
And look! I just watched a kicker miss a kick in an NFL game. It's been a rough couple of days.
By the way, well, hold on. So did we.
Yeah.
Did he miss it like that? How?
No, he didn't. He didn't stub it. He didn't stub his foot in the dirt.
No, he didn't do. Okay, at least he kicked the ball. Sorry. All right, I take it back. I'm not being sarcastic. It wasn't as bad as that. Yes, you're right. He just missed for the first time in 4 years.
Yeah.
At the moment, literally the worst moment, it went this way, and oh, come on! And then you shared that clip. I think you posted or something, or it might have been Pete. Pete, who I can't get away from you, motherfuckers. Pete is a New York Giants fan who does the shadow cast, so I think he might have shared it. I was like, ooh, that looked like it hurt. Oh man. Oh, I've kicked the ground before.
Me too. Almost blew my ACL and my ankle. Yeah, I almost tore everything from the knee down.
Yeah, almost destroyed my life. But Derek McDonald cannot be found on social media. Craig, where can you be found?
I can be found at your local dairy market and looking for lower grocery prices. But in the meantime, in between time, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, TikTok at Craig Ligon, CraigLiGgeons. Happy belated 49th birthday to Chadwick Boseman. And I'll see you on the interwebs.
See you on the interwebs. Follow me at danlaw.tv or just type in danlaw83. Skip the porn one. For Derek McDonald and Craig Legons, I am the above average comedian Dan Calachiga. We'll see you next week. Keep it on the paper. Read the itch. Thank you, Misty. Good night, everyone.
You have it. It's the end of the show. It's the end of the show, motherfucker!